Okay, now we're going to take a look at the track, Always With Me, Always With You. I'm just going to play through the introduction to this song, which is on a clean channel, and then we'll break it down. So here we go. Okay, the first chord shape that we're going to be looking at is going to be quite a stretch. First off, we're going to have a second finger on the 7th fret on the low E string, then a little finger on the 9th fret on the D, third finger on the 8th fret on the G, and then the biggest stretch of them all is the 5th fret on the B. So the shape's going to look like this. And we're just going to be picking through the fretted notes from low to high and then back towards the low E string again. So it's going to look something like this. Okay, so we're missing out the E string. Also with this, we're going to be using quite heavy palm muting as well to kind of really separate the notes. So let me play that again and pay particular attention to the palm muted section. Okay, the next chord shape is going to involve the open low E, then we're going to miss out the A, and we're going to have a third finger on the 6th fret on the D, fourth finger on the 6th fret on the G, and then barring the B and the high E string with our first finger. And the picking is going to be pretty much the same as what we did before. So we're going to be picking the E string, skipping over the A, then picking D, G, B, and then G, using the same palm muted technique with the right hand. So this is what it should look like. Okay, that actually finishes on the D string, so with that in mind, have a look at it again. Okay, now the last chord shape in this section that we're going to look at is going to be barring across the 2nd fret on all of the strings, and then just holding down the 4th fret on the D string with a third finger, and the 4th fret on the G string with our little finger. And it's pretty much going to be sort of the same shape as what we looked at in the previous, but we're going to be barring the 2nd fret instead, and we're going to be picking the same strings again, so it should look like this. Okay, so when you put them all together, it should look like this. Okay, that chord progression that we just looked at is actually repeated 3 times in the song, and then it's ended by another section which goes like this. Okay, so the first one of those shapes, we're going to be starting with our 2nd finger on the 4th fret on the low E, then we're going to play the 4th fret on the D string with a third finger, 4th fret on the G string with a little finger, and then just bar the 2nd fret across the B string and the high E. So we're going to have this shape, and we're just going to play. So we're going to play through, from the low E, skip over the A string, then we've got D, G, B, G, and then back to the D string again. So then the next chord shape we've already seen, we've got the open E. Then we're going to be holding 6th fret on the D string with a third finger, 6th fret on the G string with a little finger, and then bar the B string and the high E string with our first finger. And then we're just going to pick the same strings as we just did before, so it should look like this. Okay, now the next chord in the progression is going to have a first finger barring across the 2nd fret. We've already seen this chord, so we're just going to be picking the same notes again, so it should look like this. And then a slight variation on that chord just to end it. We're going to replace our little finger on the 4th fret on the G string with our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the G string. So it's going to kind of change the tone of the chord, and it should sound like this.